Hi, I'm Max Dalton, and in this video, I'm going to talk through whether or not you need to consider updating your iPhone or iPad to the next version. That nagging red pin in the top corner of the Settings app on your iPhone indicating there is an update available for you to install can get annoying, and it's easy to understand why someone would put off updating to the latest version of iOS, because the updates can take so long that you feel like you don't have the time. However, it's important to dig a bit deeper and get a full understanding of the upsides and downsides associated with updating your iPhone or iPad to the latest version of iOS so you can make an informed decision, rather than blowing the update off because you don't want to take the time to do it. Updated and new functionality. iOS updates are how Apple updates existing functionality and introduces new functionality to its iPhone and iPad models. For example, CarPlay was rolled out as part of iOS 7.1, which let you access some of your iPhone and iPad functionality on your car's touchscreen console, and iOS 2 was when the world was introduced to the App Store. Additionally, Apple rolled out Siri as part of iOS 5. Existing functionality accounts for the majority of updates. For example, in iOS 10, Apple added functionality to the Messages app that let people customize the style of text message they send, and Apple is also adding functionality to the Health app to let people sign up to become an organ donor. And as part of iOS 11, Apple will introduce functionality that lets users easily record their on-screen motions. Security. You can get a virus on your iPhone or iPad, and Apple devices are not immune to hackers. Apple takes advantage of every iOS update to include security enhancements that protect your device from hackers and security threats. Opting to not update your iPhone or iPad to the latest iOS version could leave your device exposed to threats that could otherwise be avoided. For example, in late 2015, App Authority disclosed that a virus spread through roughly 500 apps in the App Store and was believed to have infected roughly 2 million individuals. Battery life and performance. For older iPhone or iPad models, updating to the latest version of iOS can really wreak havoc on your device's battery life. This happens because the latest version of iOS is engineered to be run with the latest hardware, which is generally much more powerful and can run the operating system effortlessly compared to devices a few years old. This is one of the trade-offs. You generally start to feel the impact to the performance on older devices when you install updates released roughly 2 years after your device became available. Third-party devices. This is another area where updating to the latest version of iOS can do more harm than good. If you bought a third-party device, such as a charging cable, headphones, or a Bluetooth speaker that was marketed as being compatible with your device and worked initially, it may not play so nice with your iPhone or iPad after you update to the latest version of Apple's iOS. Even if the third-party device had the seal of approval from Apple, that is only generally a guarantee associated with the existing version of the operating system, and not a guarantee that it will work with future versions of the operating system, even small-numbered incremental updates. App versions. Failing to upgrade to the latest version of iOS may mean that you eventually stop getting the most recent versions of apps, as many of them require a minimum version of iOS. This is especially important to take note of if you have password-storing apps, or apps that store other sensitive data that you rely on regularly. Interface changes. iOS updates also generally come with interface changes. For example, iOS 4 introduced the ability for users to organize their apps into folders, gave users the ability to add their own pictures and images as the home screen, and also let users multitask on their iPhone or iPad. Apple redesigned the interface as a whole in iOS 7, introducing the Control Center you could access by swiping upward from the bottom of your device, and overhauling the presentation of the lock screen. In iOS 10, Apple removed the infamous slide to unlock bar that has been across the bottom of the iPhone since the beginning, and required that users either press the home button to bring up the PIN code screen or use their fingerprint to unlock the device.